At first glance, this game might not look that impressive. Hell, what kind of a name is Megabonk anyways? And I've heard all the comments over the past week. Cross, what in the N64 game is this? Why are you playing this shine-looking game? But one by one, those same people that would initially come into the streams would stick around for a little bit longer. And suddenly, they start to witness why Megabonk is such an addicting game. You see, on the surface, it's a very easy game to understand. You essentially choose a character, you walk around this map, and you essentially kill bad guys. But then slowly, you start to realize there is more depth to this game. From all the various different classes, to the different weapon types, to the ability to combine all these weapon types together, and the endless way in which you can continue to scale things, seemingly forever. Megabonk is a third-person roguelike survival game that has grabbed all of us by the balls, and it only cost us a whopping $8.50. Now, I don't know if the game is still on sale. It might have bumped up to $10, but the point is, this is a one-man project that has somehow sold over 1 million copies. Guys, I can't express just how big of a success this game is. An indie game. One dev cooked this thing up and somehow gave us over 20 characters, 77 items, 2 biomes to play between, both the forest and the desert mode, multiple enemy types, multiple boss types, and a final boss, literally named Bark Vader. I gotta say, fellas, this dev has got style. And because this game has impacted me so heavily, hell, we gotta talk about it. And yes, there has been a rise of indie games over the past few years, but this one has done something so many AAA studios can't achieve. And in terms of like indie game of the year, this one's up there, man. But let's dive in to who made this game. Who is the developer behind Megabonk? Well, officially, this is listed to be developed and published by Vedinad, with Megabonk being their only released game. Now, they actually have a YouTube channel with 2 videos about Megabonk in their bio that include some titles and creators that inspired Megabonk. Games such as Vampire Survivors and Risk of Rain 2. Now, in terms of dev time, we don't really know officially how long this developer worked on Megabonk, but on January 2nd, when the trailer was released, Vedinad posted that he had been working on the game for a few months. So I would say a bit of napkin math here, but probably at most a year of dev time on this, at least as far as we know. Honestly, I don't know how the guy pulled it off. Now, keep in mind, this is all surface level information. Questions started to arise on who Vedinad actually is, which led us to Vedinad spelled backwards. This being the former content creator and game developer, Danidev. You see, Danidev hasn't posted since 2021, but he has over 3.5 million subscribers on YouTube and has been making game development content since about 2018, and even released a few games of his own, such as Muck, Crab Game, which blew up since it was essentially Squid Games on PC, Carson, which is currently unreleased. But there are several other reasons why both devs appear to be the same person. According to their YouTube channels, both creators are from Norway, and both create indie games with similar styles, with those comedic meme twists, everything from the names of weapons to the names of characters. Hell, look at the hardware recommendations for this game. You've got Potato and then Potato 2. Now, one Reddit user even found a lot more connections, which left them feeling that it is undeniably the same person. They claim the editing of their videos is similar, they use similar verbiage, similar thumbnail styles, and both are apparently colorblind. The level up sound in Megabonk is also used in Muck, although they say, to be fair, it could be a free-to-use sound effect. And supposedly, Megabonk has similar movement tech to Danny's unreleased game, Carson. Now, personally, I am leaning toward this being the same person. Now, could it be that there was a really hardcore fan out there that took a lot of inspiration from Danny, and after years of watching, they decided to make Megabonk? Perhaps. Whatever the case is, I like this guy's style, which brings us to the game itself. I remember years ago watching a friend of mine who was making his own indie game, and he was just going through the process of showing me all the different animation styles for a single character. And boy, was it lengthy. I didn't realize just how much went into just making a single fleshed out character. I'm talking animations on animations, but that Tibia style game that my friend made was such an impressive feat to me, and still impressive to this day. Guys, the fact that Vedinad pulled off over 20 characters is mind-blowing, each with their own unique styles. And some of these characters get pretty wild. For instance, you start off with a character called Fox or Sir Oofy, which are 2 very good characters to start with. But as you progress in the game, you'll unlock multiple other characters, and each one of these play very differently than the next. You got Mega Chad, which is literally a guy that walks around that has a weapon type called Aura, with a secondary ability called Flex. Brother, I can't make this up, man. Mega Chad literally just walks around, accumulates aura, and kills anything that walks within its presence. You've got another character called Clank, which has revolvers, a monkey, which can climb walls and throw bananas, a skateboarding skeleton named Calcium, and the list goes on, guys. Each one of these having their own unique styles and intrinsic weapon type that you can pair with either other weapons and scale with a number of different items and tomes, all of which can be unlocked either by just playing the game or doing something specifically. And I think the developer here did such a good job of having each one of these items overlap with one another when it comes to unlocking characters. And I haven't even unlocked anywhere close to all of them. There's also a number of different quests, and the beautiful thing is that there's no secret store hidden anywhere. You earn silver from doing these quests or from just playing the game in general, and you can use those items to either A, unlock more items, or B, unlock skins for the weapons themselves. And even the skins have challenges associated with it. Now the game starts off slow, or slow enough. You're playing, you chose your character, you're on the first biome, that being forest, you're at tier 1, you progress, and you notice this timer above your head. And as that timer goes down, multiple things are happening. The ads around you are getting stronger, bosses are spawning in, occasionally a swarm will spawn in, which can just overrun you, but it's also an opportunity for you to get lots of experience. There's these shrines around the map that will give you power-ups, there's chests around the map, there's vendors you can interact with, and upon clearing stage 1, you essentially have this final swarm come in. And you'll notice at the top that you have this multiplier as this timer continues to go up. That multiplier, every time it goes up, is bringing along harder and harder enemies to the point where eventually you will be overwhelmed. But then tier 2 will unlock, and you'll go back in, you'll clear tier 1 again, and then clear tier 2, which will have a small biome change, but still the forest, and then you'll be attacked with that same swarm. And then you unlock tier 3. Now I know on paper this doesn't look like it's a big jump in difficulty. Fellas, it gets insane. I can't express how difficult tier 3 actually is. And I know some of you are like, Cross, I cleared this in my sleep. Hey man, I don't play many roguelikes. Just put the hurt on me for a while. See, clearing tier 3 requires you to take on the big bad boss of this area. And that big bad boss is Bark Vader. Now, if it was just the ability to jump in here and do damage, this wouldn't be that big of a problem. But there are mechanics involved. Matter of fact, when you start this boss, it takes away all of your weapons. And it only leaves you with your base weapon. And as you continue to progress and do the mechanics of this boss, you'll be given back one of your weapons. Now, keep in mind, I'm very much still a novice at this game. I've only cleared this final boss once. I failed multiple times, but this is where the game gets crazy. See, you have the ability to scale things in ways I've never seen in another game. Matter of fact, you can become so powerful that the moment you walk into the final boss, within a single hit, you clear. That's how crazy it is. And there's even a high score menu where you and everyone else that's playing this game can flex your best clears. Now, granted, I will say the game is being kind of infested with cheaters, and even the developer said that anything over like a 3 million score is most likely a cheater. And as you can see here from the high scores, yeah, things are getting pretty insane, man. These numbers are wild, but the high scores are just whatever to me. At the end of the day, this is a solo experience, and it is a hell of a lot of fun. And if you happen to clear forest at tier 3, you can then jump over to the next biome, which is the desert, which is more difficult as it has an entirely different arsenal of enemy types. Again, I gotta stress this one more time. One dev, this shit blows my mind, man. Absolutely blows my mind. Megabonk has given me an experience that has now turned me into a fan of these type of games. I've never really been into roguelikes because for the most part, the scaling of them was kind of slow. Yes, most runs inside of Megabonk can go on pretty long. Like a single run can take you almost up to an hour if you're heavily farming post-stage boss completions. But between the different various quests, the fact that each one of these tiers has challenges, you can literally go back and choose challenges. And these challenges, some of them are required to unlock new weapons or new characters or new tomes. Megabonk, which cost me all of $8.50 or $9.99 if you're buying it right now, has given me so many hours of enjoyment. It's not just the fact that this developer solo created all of these characters or all these weapons, item types, tomes, which is a feat in itself, but also just how well everything is coordinated. Gameplay loops are very important, and based on my experience with this game, you can easily get 80 to 100 hours if you're dedicating your time to unlocking everything in the game. And what's crazy is that it's actually worth unlocking everything in the game. Now, as far as like the longevity of this game, I'm not sure. Hell, the game's already given me 30 hours and I dropped less than 10 bucks on it. I'd say I've already gotten my money's worth. What I will say is this: anything that this developer cooks up in the future, I'm going to be keeping my eye on. To me, this is the Balatro of 2025. From its game design to the variety of characters, weapons, and items to the OST, which is actually really good and it stays with you. and just the story behind this game. You can even pull up the credits, which literally shows game design, me, producer, me, publisher, me, programming, me, artist, me, 3D artist, me. And there's a number of other people he thanked, including his mom and playtesters, the Steam art and music. But ask yourself, when was the last time you saw a credit list this small? I love it, man. This is the kind of story I love to hear. I love seeing successes like this. Did the man make absolute bank? Yes, but he cooked us a hell of a game. There's no hidden agendas. There's nothing here that's gonna try to paywall me at some point in the future. It's just a single dev with a hell of a lot of passion who absolutely cooked. Megabonk is a fantastic game. I don't know if it's ever gonna come to consoles. I wish it could, but if you happen to be on PC, guys, this game will blow you away. Fellas and ladies, thank you all for coming and watching, and as always,
Slap that like button like your mama told you right.